Hi, everyone.
Still figuring it out.
That's
Hi,
right.
everyone. I'm Seth Rudetsky.
I'm James Wesley.
This is Stars in the House, which is a twice daily live stream, starsinthehouse.com, for the Actors Fund. Before we forget, please share this right now. Just copy the link on top, put it on your Twitter, on your Pinterest, not really, but Facebook, anywhere that you can share, because the more that people watch, the more, first of all, they're going to feel connected with the world, and the more that people will donate to the Actors Fund, which is what, James? What does the Actors Fund do? Is it just for actors?
Well, the Actors Fund is for professionals in the arts all around the country.
Yeah.
So the performing arts, whether it's New York, I say it, I keep saying it because you can't say it enough, all over the country. Your local professional opera company, symphony, ballet, the local regional theaters, all of them, and not just the actors, but the people that are in the box office, that are the artistic directors, staff, all of them.
The rehearsal pianist. I know one piece. That's all. I don't know.
That is not true.
Two pieces? Anywho,
That's nice.
anybody that works in the arts can get help from the Actors Fund. And like I've said before, they're completely overwhelmed with the amounts of help that people are asking for because nobody is working. And on top of that, the way they always have money has been curtailed. Their big fundraiser was canceled, but they can't do it. Their ragtime concert, it's not 100% canceled, but it was totally sold out. It's going to be in 3 weeks. I don't see how that's going to happen. That was going to raise them so much money. So right now they need money more than ever, and they have even less money coming in.
That's right.
So if you could, I'm going to put up my banner right now.
While you're doing that, Seth, speaking of donations, these donations I'm about to read to you came in, or some of the donations that came in at the end of the last show.
Who was last? I really can't keep track. Oh, last time was Stokes, Audra, and Betty Buckley.
Just Tony
Just a
Award
couple of
winners.
hacks.
Yeah, right. Okay. Thank you to Barry from New Jersey for donating $255 to the Actors
Hold on,
Fund.
I want to say one thing.
Yes, go ahead, Seth.
There are really odd amounts being donated.
And
can someone explain to me, if you've donated before, something's like $151, is that like just explain to us. So why $255? The only thing I will say is our friends Steven and Dennis are donating themed with Broadway. So at one point they gave $1,776, they gave $1,000, $776 for, and they also gave $110 because of 110 in the shade.
Right.
That's the reason.
Okay, so
go
I
on.
actually have a theory on this based on some of the comments we've gotten in emails
Yes.
that people are doing, and I may be wrong, doing odd amounts.
Oh, look at it. I knew it. This is what I said. We cover the processing fees.
I think that.
But that's what I said. Someone was like, no, that's not the reason.
True.
So it wasn't you. Someone else was like, absolutely not. Thank you for covering the processing
okay,
fees.
well, that could be one thing. But the other thing is, I think, well, obviously that's true. But also that people are donating oddball amounts, not oddball, but you know what I mean? It ends in an odd number so that, because we can't give their last name. And so it's a way for them, if it's Jack in California, giving 53. You don't think that's true?
I don't think that's it.
All right, well, let me continue because these are some really.
I like your idea, but
$1, if everyone gave $1, it'd be amazing. But I have to say, some of these, that $255 is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Here's another huge one, and the same amount, $255 from Kathleen from Washington, D.C. Thank you. Jill from Montana, $50. Sophia from Ohio, $10. Sharon from California, $185. Kristin from Ohio, $50. Margaret from New York, $85. Catherine from New York, $75, and Mariah from Illinois, $100.
Mariah, I just mispronounced Maria.
Yes, you did. Seth, there were two letters here. I think maybe we just have time for one, but I'll read the other one another time. But this is in honor of Betty Lynn Buckley, since she was with us.
Hold on. Yes, I know. What? If it's a combination of multiples, 18. Hello, I'm Jewish. It's never in 18. It's always like 53, 55. I'm aware of high. Thank you very much. Just
hold on. Let's bring in even though it's a little bit early, we got to bring in Judith.
Our fellow Jew, Judith Light.
Oh my God, you killed me, you guys. You killed me. Oh my God, why didn't you play? Wait, Seth, they call the wind Mariah.
You know why? Because that's one of the shows my parents had on an album, and I was like, this show looks boring. So I never even learned that song. Sorry.
Okay. Well, you might have to go back and do it. She gave money.
That's a good point. Judith Light, we'll be back with you in just a second.
Bye. US.
We had to bring her in.
I know,
She was loving it. Okay. So this is in honor of Betty Lynn Buckley, because I know you're watching. Hi there. Love your streaming sessions, guys. This is from Aaron Clark. I was supposed to be at the Cafe Carlisle this past weekend for Betty Lynn's last show. I've already donated, listen to this, I've already donated to the Actors Fund, but since I have money back from that show and 4 others I had tickets to, not to mention all the upcoming shows being canceled on me, I thought I'd participate in this auction, the Betty Lynn auction. Turn off AOL, Seth. Anyway, he wanted to know more information about the auction. So
wait, this is the one thing I was like, you have a link, and you're like, I don't think we have one
well,
yet.
but we can tell people. I think it's going to be up hopefully by the end of today, if not tomorrow.
It all began with this.
Yes.
So Joanna Gleason was on the show. Joanna Gleason, everyone is in their house. So Joanna's like, I have this in my house. This is the staff Bernadette Peters used in Into the Woods. You know, the witch's staff. She said, I think it's time to auction it for the Actors Fund. And suddenly everyone was like, I have weird props in my house I want to auction. So Audra McDonald had her little baby from, how did the song go? From Ragtime. So Audra's going to auction the baby from Ragtime.
Laura Benanti.
She has the shoes she wore as Maria in The Sound of Music. And Betty Buckley literally has the heaviside layer. She has the heaviside layer that she has sent it to in cats.
Like she had to
plus
get, like,
a lot of other stuff.
Oh my God, it's a whole cat's package.
Like I think her cat's wig. She has so much. Whole cat's package. So the point is, we're having an auction. We don't quite know.
It's going to be on eBay really soon for the Actors Fund. You know, we had it's everyone is volunteering, so we're all doing the best we can here, right? But it'll be up. I'm going to go and say tomorrow.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, right, maybe tonight. But in the meantime, you can email your bid to starsinthehouse2020 at Gmail, or just go to our website, starsinthehouse.com, and you can say email me, because in fact, someone's already up for Joanna Gleason's staff, or it's actually Bernadette Peters' staff, up to $1,500.
Yes, queens.
And here's what we decided. We had a conference call because, like I said, there's no way we could do this by ourselves.
We had a Zoom conference call.
We're on
StreamYard. People keep asking. We're on StreamYard.com, because I don't think Zoom does live stream, right? And
I don't know. What do we know? We're figuring this out. But anyway, number one, thank you to everyone, from our co-executive producer, Marjorie Verdon, to everyone on the team for the conference call and getting more and more organized, because it takes stress off of all of us during this stressful time. But I've already lost my thought at that $1,500, and I think it went out of my head. I don't know what what it is, except to say thank you to everyone.
Hold on, poor Justin.
What do you have, Seth?
Justin, I know you weren't insulting me. I was just joking. I was like,
gosh.
Please, I'm just saying I'm super Jew. I know about Chai. Justin, love you. Keep watching. Are you related to Nicole? Because if you are, we want her on Stars in the House.
That is true.
Thank you.
Anyway, I've already forgotten what I was going to say on that one, but I did want to say, no, on local businesses, because I read an article in the Washington Post about how local newspapers around the country are really struggling because the people aren't advertising. So I beg you, exactly what we've done. If you haven't bought your local paper and you just read your news online, go and spend that 50 cents or 75 cents or $1, whatever it is, for your local paper. I mean, the local paper in your community that maybe has 20,000 people or 5,000 people. Go and spend that 50 cents, and it will help save these newspapers. Just like the arts, just like science, we need our local papers, our local organizations that bring us the news. So that's my thing for the day.
Spiel.
That's right.
Okay, we're going to bring in our special guest. So we started this new thing where we're bringing on special guests. We have her right here. I think she's filming on her rotary phone. I've never seen worse quality before.
I'm not on a rotary phone.
What the hell is it?
I'm on an iPhone, for God's sake.
It works, though.
It does work.
Listen, honey, I am the most technically challenged person you will ever meet in your life. And your David Katz, God bless him, I mean, got me to get Google Chrome. I don't know Chrome from a Fender in a 1952 Buick. I mean, I'm serious, but here I am. I'm so happy. Thank you for taking me at the last minute. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Are you in New York or Los Angeles or somewhere else?
I'm in New York. My husband just had a book published at the end of February. But if anybody's watching, anybody's listening, it's called The Occurrence. It's a political thriller. Anyway, he came here to do you love me plugging these things?
I'm really putting it up.
We did this event at the Rare Books Room at the Strand. He flew back to LA. I was supposed to start shooting Tick, Tick, Boom with Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh my gosh.
On the Friday that I had a camera test to test the outfit and the whole schmear.
Right.
They called and said, sorry, we're postponing. We're holding off. So I couldn't start. They had started shooting. They had started filming. And now everything's on hold. I know. Tick, tick, boom. Great show, right?
Well, two things I want to say. First of all, there's no real role for you in the musical on that I've seen on Broadway. Who are you playing? Tick, tick, or boom?
All three.
Unbelievable.
All three. No, there's his agent. It's a very small part. It's his agent, and it's delish. I mean, it's it's Andrew Garfield, and it's Vanessa Hudgens. It's a terrific group. It's really wonderful.
Weirdly, I have Raul Esparza tonight on Stars in the House, the original star. So everything is coalescing.
Hey,
yeah.
Before we go any further, I have to say that I first met, I don't know if you know this, Seth, when I first moved to Los Angeles in 1989, I was doing closed captioning. That was my survival job as an actor, and I did it for a while. And it was at Sunset Gower Studios. And Judith Light, you know what you did at Sunset Gower Studios, right?
I do. I remember.
And she did a very popular show, Who's the Boss?
Who is the boss?
And and in those days, I could just walk around the studio acting like I belonged there because I thought it was so cool. And I remember meeting you in the parking lot. This is like 1990. And you could not have been nicer, kinder, sweeter to this 20-year-old. And I just walked up and said I was a huge fan. Why? Because I loved you on One Life to Live. So
you're not old enough to have watched me on One Life to Live, unless you were like maybe 2 or 3.
He would watch his stories with his grandma.
One Life to Live, General
Grandma.
All those. You know what I mean? I was like 10 years old, 11, 12 years old, all of that. So I just wanted to thank you because I don't know if I've ever thanked you in that time I've met you. But the other thing you do on a very regular basis is what this one does, which is
the Red Bucket Follies. Judith Light always comes out and gives a moment of silence on the Red Bucket Follies, which is a fundraiser for Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. So Judith Light, we want to know, there's 2 different organizations. What does the Actors Fund mean to you, and why should people be contributing?
Well, here's let me just step back for a minute. The fact is that we, and you guys know this really well, we live with job insecurity. That's part of our job description. So, but what we do is we do the job, and then the show closes, and then we go and we look for another job, or we see if we can audition for another job, or we get another job. Now there's nothing. There's nowhere to go. We also know, talking about Red Bucket Follies, we all know what we lived through with the AIDS pandemic. We know about pandemics. We understand this. And the Actors Fund and Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS have been there for our communities for forever. The thing about the Actors Fund and also Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS is that those organizations funnel money all over the country, like you were talking about before. This isn't just the Met that closed its season. Right. This isn't just the museums here. It isn't just the ballet here. It is all over the United States. And all of us who are in the entertainment field, we want to get back. We want to lift people's spirits. We want to bring them shows. We want to educate them. We want to be there for all of the people who have watched us for so many years. And in the meantime, we have an organization like the Actors Fund, and I so love that you guys are doing this for them, that takes care of all of us that are in a very precarious position. You know that thing about Maslow's hierarchy, which is about you've got to have survival level. You got to have food. You got to have shelter. You got to have medical care.
Right.
That's what this money is providing for everybody. And the more money that we are able to get will last us through this period, and will get funneled all over the United States, and not just in New York, not just in Los Angeles, not just for film production, but also we don't know when the theater, Broadway, off-Broadway is going to come back. And so we need our entertainment. Remember during the Depression? Well, you wouldn't remember during the Depression, but you know that what you said before about the arts and science and all of those things that matter, that are the things that we feel about each other. That's what this is all about. So the money is not just the money; it's the exchange of energy among us all.
Okay, A, you're a new spokesperson. We're
Right.
bringing you back. B, I agree with what Jack says. Love you, Judith. Great human being, as well as a fabulous actress.
Absolutely.
So, Judith, we're going to bring you back. You going anywhere? We're going to bring you back in a couple of days.
Where am I going?
Thank you.
Wait, I have one other question for you. What are you doing for Passover?
Girl, what am I doing tonight? I'm living like minute to minute. Why? Are you going to have a theater? Virtual?
No, an online Seder.
That's a good idea.
I have boxes of gluten-free matzah.
You know what? Let's do it. I'm going to email you later.
Idea.
Let's do it. A Broadway Seder.
Thank you for doing this. Thank you
Love
so
you,
much.
Judith. You're going to come back.
I love you guys so much.
Bye, Judy. All right, speaking of Seders, look who's waiting for Jeremy all the way in Israel. Let me try to read Eloshava. I don't quite know. Loshav? I can't, because there are no vowels in. I can't quite read his name, but he's waiting for Jeremy in Israel. So that means we've got to bring him on.
Absolutely.
Here he comes. He's half Jewish, and that's good enough for me. Mr. Jeremy Jordan. Hey.
Jeremy.
What's up?
It's all good.
Wait, what happened? Where'd you go?
He's playing around
I'm
with
just
you.
playing
He's
around
just,
with this.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You're freaking me out.
Stop it.
Terry, okay, where are you? Are you in your house?
Yes, I'm in my house in the basement.
Is it your man cave?
No, it's just a basement. There's a big TV, there's a couch, there's some workout equipment, there's a dartboard. That's man cave. There's a keyboard. We just moved in like a year ago and we have a small child, so this also comes included.
Oh my God. Look at the cuteness.
No, don't play with the computer.
Don't log out. What's your baby's name for everyone to know?
This is Clara. Hi. Say hi. Hi.
Wow, she really can. How old is
Clap
she?
your hands. Clap your hands. There you go. Those are her.
Oh, she recognizes me. That's so kind.
Totally.
How old is she?
She's 11 months.
Okay, so if people don't know, Jeremy's married to Ashley Spencer, an amazing belter, amazing placement with vibrato. I first saw her. There she is. Hi, Ash. Hi. Oh my God. Okay, well, since you're there, do you guys want to begin with a song together? How would you want to do it? You tell me. What's easiest?
Yeah, we're gonna sing some songs. Well, and thought I'd start out with a little duet with my wife.
Yay!
Wait, let me cue it up and I'll talk to you about it. So this apparently is one of Seth's favorite songs.
It is.
And also it's
playing from Pixel 3 XL.
Oh, thank you, Alexa. And this is actually the song that we danced to at our first wedding. Wait. At our only wedding, our first song we danced to at our wedding.
Okay.
I can't multitask.
You're tired.
I think we're gonna move back a little bit so you can see us better. Okay, ready? Go. No, wait. You're all I need. Oh shit! Oh, I'm terrible. Here we go. Okay, now
all right. Take your time.
We're good. Okay, Clara, you can sing along if you like. Sometimes she does. You're all I need to get by. Like sweet morning dew, I take one look at you, and girl, it's plain to see you are my destiny.
With arms open wide, I threw away my pride. I sacrifice for you, dedicate my life to you. I will go where you lead, always there in time of need.
And when I lose my will, you'll be there to pick me up the hill. 'Cause there's no looking back for us. We gotta love, sure enough, that's enough. You're all I need to get by. Sing it. fitting song for the moment. I feel like an eagle protects his nest. For you, I do my best. Stand by you like a tree. Dare anybody try to move me?
All in you I find strength while I was torn down. And you don't get any done.
baby.
It's good for you.
Come on now.
And inspire you, little
I
man.
know you can make a man out of soul and then never go.
'Cause we got the right foundation. And we love and determination, girl. Oh, you're all I want to stop for and do a little more, yeah. Oh, all the joy under the sun, not nothing to run you. Oh, you're all I need. You're all I need. You're all I need to get by.
To get by.
Okay, I'm literally crying.
That was gorgeous.
Okay.
You guys, it was so beautiful, the harmony, and it was so sweet, the three of you. I can't take it.
Oh, thanks. We were gonna pull out like toilet paper and sing it to that at the end, but it's just enough dealing with just the child.
That was good.
But I love the comedy idea.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks for having us on.
Are you kidding? Thank
The
you.
crying.
Okay,
Nap time for this one. I don't know if you could tell, she's getting a little restless.
Yes.
Can you
Well,
say
Bye.
well, you know what, Jeremy? We'll give you a little bit of a break. We're going to read some donations and bring on Dr. LaPook, and then we'll bring you back on, okay?
All right, guys.
All right.
Talk to you soon. Bye, Chair.
Okay.
So good.
Oh my gosh, that was
That
amazing.
beautiful. That's one of the best performances we've had. That was incredible.
Okay, here's while you're recovering, I'm going to read a few of the first donations that came in, and then we'll bring on Dr. LaPook.
Oh.
So Jason from Texas, a fellow Texan. We didn't even say that. You said Jeremy's half Jewish.
Yeah, but hold on. I'm sorry. Someone just said that
What?
the episode's not up. It is. You guys are watching on Stars in the House. If you have any problem watching on StarsInTheHouse.com, just tell me. Sorry about that.
Because we see the little eyeball, and
Yeah,
there's
it
a
says
lot
that.
of people watching.
It says
so
I'm there. Okay, I'm sorry. Go back.
that's okay. So Jason from Texas, because Jeremy's a fellow Texan, $80. Carol from New York, $50. Jody from California, $25. Nancy from Connecticut gave $50 to the Actors Fund. Jim from Virginia, $25. James from Illinois, $50. Nicole from Florida, $10. May from Illinois, $25. And Lindsay from California, $100. Thank you so much.
Really, thank you for donating while this is actually happening. It's so incredible.
Absolutely.
So far, can we announce how much we raised?
I don't know if we have the total, but I mean, it's
What
well
was it with
over
the-
$80,000.
Over 80,000, and we
know
just
that.
began last
Right.
week. And don't forget to split the Actors Fund to everybody. Okay, are we?
Yeah, we can bring on Dr. LaPook because we actually have a question that was sent to us that I
Yes.
want to ask him for updates.
So we have a question for Dr. LaPook. Hold on, let me get rid of this. Loved it.
Okay.
So here's our chief medical correspondent. He also sidelines at CBS, but more important, he is here every day. The amazing Dr. John LaPook.
Hey guys,
Hi, Dr. LaPook.
you know I actually have a Judith Light story, believe it or not.
Oh man, she just left the studio. But tell us, go.
Here's the story. The story is that she was. I wish she were here. She was in Wit, and it was astounding. And at the end of it, it just ends. You're devastated. She plays a woman dying of ovarian cancer, and I think it was around 2000 or something like that, year 2000. And at the end, it's just an indictment of the medical profession. And part of it was the lack of empathy that doctors in the medical profession has. It was a very humiliating experience for her and degrading. And when it ended, everybody files out, and I was just stuck in my chair. And I went out and I spoke to Bernie Telsey, who was producing it or had something to do with it at the time. And I bought 150 tickets.
Whoa.
I sent every member of the first year medical school class at Columbia PNS to see it. And fade out, fade in, years later, and I mean like 12 years later, 13 years later, I was still getting emails from people saying to the effect of, that was the most important thing I learned in medical school, to have the right there, getting it while you're still a civilian or almost a civilian, the importance of empathy. And that led to the Empathy Project.
Empathy Project.
That's why I left after 37 years at Columbia. Every 37 years, like clockwork, I switch institutions, and I went to NYU Langone. And if you go to empathyproject.com, you'll see what we're talking about, empathyproject.com, Hollywood quality short films to try to teach clinicians in training to be more empathetic, sensitive, and competent, and to empower patients to demand it. And that was part of what Judith Light helped teach me and help inspire. And it's sort of like
we'll bring her back and we'll make sure.
So we have one question for you with Jeremy before I forget. Jeremy, do you have any question you'd like to ask Dr. LaPook about what's going on right now, or Ashley, just before we ask this?
Oh geez, I don't know.
We're going to ask our question first. If you have,
ask your question.
Okay, and then you discuss. Okay, so here we go, Dr. LaPook. This is from Stephen O'Neill in California.
Because one of his friends.
Yeah, one of his friends said this.
Okay, so one of Stephen's friends was tested for the virus 6 days ago.
Right.
But
his test still has not been processed.
Yeah.
Because the test is looking for live virus, is there a point when the length of time that a patient waits for the results makes the test invalid?
Because the virus only lives in the swab for a few days,
right.
supposedly.
Well, no, I don't think it's that. So because they are, stacked up and they're finally processing. It's not that so much as, remember that the incubation period is 2 to 14 days. So if you get tested on day 7 and you're negative, you could still, and you happen to have symptoms of what else, a cold or allergies. It wasn't COVID at that point, but then day 10 or 11 after exposure to whatever it got you thinking that you might have it, whether it's symptoms or exposure to somebody. If it's exposure to somebody, you were within 6 feet of somebody who had COVID and you're wondering, and you get tested at day 6 or 7, that's too soon, really, right? Because you could then be positive at day 13 or even 14, although most of them are positive by then, which is why it's so important we get that second type of test, which is the serology. And I'm just on the phone right now. I'm on the email stream with Tom Inglesby and also with Tony Fauci, trying to figure out when are these serologies going to be ready. A lot of people are talking about them. I'm telling you, it's going to be game-changing for us, and here's why. The PCR, which you put the swab up your nose or the back of your throat, tells you if you have it right now. The serology, the antibody test, tells you if you had it. And if you had it, presumably, we don't know for sure, presumably you're immune. And if you're immune, it may be a lot more people immune than we realize. A lot more people may have had mild or no symptoms and be immune. Those are the people who you could consider putting on the front lines right now. So we have this war between, do you save people's health or do you save the economy? You really can do both because they're all part of one big holistic picture. And if we could figure out who's protected right now, we could get them out there on the front lines.
So Governor Cuomo was talking about that today, I know. But what is the time? What do we think the time length? That's what everyone wants to know.
There are I just saw a list of a bunch of people all around the world who are developing this test, and they're in different stages. They're not ready to scale up yet.
Right.
They'll probably, I suspect they might be used first for people who are on the front lines
already,
which would be nice to know if they're ready to go back to the front lines. But think about how many, just how many pregnant women get the MMR test, measles, mumps, rubella. No, every pregnant woman gets tested because you have to be immune to German measles, or you could have bad problems during pregnancy if you get infected during pregnancy. So you get a blood test. Well, there are about 4 million pregnancies a year. So there are millions and millions of these that are done all the time. They just have to be scaled up for this new coronavirus.
So there's a question that just came up, which I think is especially important in New York. Any advice on dealing with elevators? I'm keeping my distance, but still freak out.
Okay, so first of all, I'll tell you what I'm doing. So yeah. I'm on the 8th floor. So I'm walking down because I guess the freak out is you're in the elevator and it stops. Somebody gets in and then you're really close to them and it stops and it stops and it stops. But by the way, close contacts considered less than 6 feet for a prolonged period of time. They haven't said here is the exact prolonged period of time, but going down an elevator, if it's quickly, it's probably not that prolonged a period of time if you stay at other ends of the elevator. So I'm definitely walking down. And of course you use the wipes. If you're in the elevator on the way up, because it's less likely somebody's going to get in an elevator going up if you're in an apartment house. Although obviously in a building, that's not the same. So I advise walking up and walking down if you can.
Just
And if you have to go in the elevator, it's good exercise after all. If you have to go in the elevator, use those wipes. Just you have to think like like a detective. It's all invisible. So where could somebody's hand have been? On the button, on the this, on the that. So go in there and have one of those wipes with you, Clorox or whatever, and so that you can don't have your bare hands there. If you have to have your bare hands, I've been saying it over and over again, keep the hands under your chin, in your pockets. If your hands are full of virus, but you don't put them in your mouth, nose, and eyes, you could probably have time to wash them for 20 seconds at least, soap and water, at least 20 seconds, and you should be okay.
Okay.
Bravo. Okay, Dr. Luke, we're going to bring you back one more time at the end for a little surprise you're going to love. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Peace out. You're going to love this. Okay, let me please bring back our star of the day.
Yes.
Hi, Jeremy Jordan.
You guys, you ambushed me with a medical question, and I was like, I don't know. I feel like I'm very informed because all I do is watch the news.
No,
So
don't worry about it. I just wanted to give you the opportunity.
I feel like people can ask me questions if they want, but
You're
actually
doing it.
don't do it. Don't.
By the way, you can ask questions in the comments, but let me say something. Jeremy, Dr. LaPook says it's really important to keep in touch with your friends because we're also socially distant.
Yes.
He says to really try to call three people a day, try to FaceTime them. And here's our way of doing that. Here's your pal, Miss Laura Osnes, saying, hey, surprise visit.
What up, girl? Hi.
I just saw you the other day.
I know. We FaceTimed already a couple days ago, Seth. You're ahead.
And contrastly, my friend Chris just tried to call me, and I hung up on him before I answered, and he got very angry. So I think we can do both. We can both ignore and communicate with our friends.
We can both ignore and communicate. Laura, who are you holding in your lap?
This is Lila. She's been so great during the quarantine. She's a really good snuggler, and it's great. We're having a good time. Also, Jared, did you notice my name? They said I couldn't put Laura Osnes because they wanted it to be a surprise. So I had to sign in as Liz Rowena.
Oh, I don't know who else is on this stream, so I would have been surprised either way.
I think so. But Elizabeth was Bonnie's middle name. So Bonnie Elizabeth Parker. So Liz,
right.
Is
Rowena is where she's from.
Yeah.
Very clever.
Thanks. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Also, Jared, I was weeping during that performance just now. I was literally like crying. It was so beautiful.
Was singing a little bit. Clara was like getting a little bit into it, and then she started fussing, and then we were just trying to entertain her while trying to remember lyrics.
So sweet.
It's a constant juggle.
I'm also balancing on our ping pong table right now. It's ready.
I gave you some tissue.
Yeah.
I know. I have to get a ping pong table. I have this big open space, and that is what will be going there because that's all we ever talk about is playing ping pong.
Can't wait.
Hey, Laura Johnson, Laura Osnes, whenever we bring on our celebrity friends, we always ask them to tell a story that maybe not everybody knows about them. Do you have a Jeremy story you'd like to share with the public that not everyone really knows?
I also should have thought about this.
I'm ready.
Jared's like, what is it? Let's see.
It goes both ways, by the way.
Ping pong we played in Oslo at Oslo Rep. We also shared a car, so we like went everywhere together. We shared all the meals. We went to Chili's a lot.
Our car's name was Jackson.
That's right. I did forget.
But it was a girl. She was a red Dodge Charger, and she was loud.
She was. And oh, wait, you guys, here's a story.
Okay.
There was a performance. Remember when you hurt your back, Jer?
Yeah.
Like pulled Tora something.
Yeah, I like re-injured an old disc injury.
Yeah, and so we had to modify the show like several days. You couldn't sit in the bathtub for a few shows, and and then you couldn't drive. So like I had to drive for a couple days because you always drove everywhere. It's very Clyde of you.
I know.
And I had to drive us sometimes. Opening night, Jeremy gave me a ukulele and inscribed, "Got a feeling there are good times up ahead." Right? Is that what it was?
That was one of the lines from the show. Yeah, on Broadway. That's not a regional theater opening night level gift. No,
that was Broadway. That was for the B Way. Also, speaking of B Way, our B days, our birthdays are one day apart. So
and when we premiered in the show out of town in Florida, it was on Laura's birthday, which is the 19th of November
19th.
And so like during the party, it struck midnight, and we thought maybe like the skies were going to open up and, God was going to.
Did. I mean, it was like for 1 minute, it was both of our birthdays on opening night of our show out of town. It was magic.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So Laura, I'm going to bring you back because I have another question I want to ask you, but I'm going to wait until the next segment. So please don't go anywhere. Liz Rowena / Laura Osnes / don't go nowhere. Everyone is obsessed with you, by the way. Someone did ask a question. What is your favorite role that you played in Ithaca?
Oh, in Ithaca. Yeah, I went to school at Ithaca College. There's a question. Look at that. Probably when I was a senior, we did Urinetown, and I played Bobby Strong, and that was probably my favorite.
Hunter Foster. Okay.
Yeah, it was like he was like kind of like my sort of role model, like idyllic kind of performer that I wanted to be at that time. So yeah, it was a great role.
We have one more question for you before the next
funny.
song. If you could play any female role on Broadway, who would you want to play?
Well, there are none currently on Broadway, but
you're so literal.
I mean, I will say when I was doing Waitress, I was getting really like jealous about the Jenna track. I would love that role, but I mean, what are you gonna do?
Just shave and put on some lashes. Okay, you can give another song for your fans. What do we got?
Do you want to do a little Last 5 Years?
Yeah. By the way, I showed your video of your rehearsal to Jason Robert Brown, and he said when we were sound checking.
Okay.
It's been 5 seconds. He said you're allowed.
You judge your piano playing?
No, he just said you're allowed one riff per pandemic. So just choose your riff.
I don't do a lot of like extra stuff in this show.
So you just want
to now I will. So get ready.
Actually, you should do an over riff.
This is the time to do it,
well,
Jeremy.
Speaking of, actually, I'm gonna play you Jason's piano accompaniment that he recorded
from the movie.
No. He like made a whole album of piano accompaniments for. I don't know if it's just for Last 5 Years or for like a lot of his songs.
Wow.
So, like people could just sing them because one of the things that they always tell singers is to not sing Jason Robert Brown because your accompanist can't play it. So he just
I can't.
He just played it. I'm just talking about in general. Right. Do you play auditions for EPAs? No.
I used to for a long time. Shut up, or I'm going off camera.
It's okay. Let's see if I can catch the beat because it's, it starts off. Okay, anyway. Did I just hear an alarm start ringing? Did I see sirens go flying past? Though I don't know what tomorrow's bringing, I've got a singular impression things are moving too fast. I'm gliding smooth as a figure skater. I'm riding hot as a rocket blast. I just expected it 10 years later. I've got a singular impression things are moving too fast. And you say, oh no, step on the brakes, do whatever it takes, but stop this train. Slow, the lights turning red. But I say no, whatever I do, I barrel on through and I don't complain. No matter what I try, I'm flying full speed ahead. I never worry to walk the wire. I won't do anything just half-assed. But with the stakes getting somewhat higher, I've got a singular impression that things are moving too fast. I found a woman I love, and I found an agent who loves me. Things might get bumpy, but some people analyze every detail. Some people stall when they can't see the trail. Some people freeze out of fear that they'll fail. But I keep rolling on. Some people can't find success with their art. Some people never feel love in their heart. Some people can't tell the two things apart, but I keep rolling on. Oh, maybe I can't follow through, but oh, what else am I supposed to do? I dreamed of writing like the high and mighty. Now I'm the subject of a bidding war. I met my personal Aphrodite. I'm doing things I never dreamed of before. We start to take the next step together. Found an apartment on 73rd. The Atlantic Monthly's printing my first chapter. 2,000 bucks without rewriting one word. I left Columbia and I don't regret it. I wrote a book and Sonny made a Reddit. My heart's been stolen, my ego's swollen. I just keep rolling along. And I think, oh, well, what else is in store? Got all this and more before 24. It's hard not to be sure I'm spinning out of control. I'm feeling panicked and rushed and hurried. I'm feeling outmaneuvered and outclassed, yeah. But I'm so happy I can't get worried about this singular impression. I got a singular impression, things are moving too fast.
Oh my God.
This is so weird acting. It's like acting in a mirror. I'm like,
So good.
Just like in your living room. You just gifted us that, Jeremy.
that's my basement, Laura, but thank you.
Wait, by the way, you literally went to a C sharp.
Oh, I'm feeling panicked.
So easy.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm rested. I haven't been singing.
Seth, did you see Jeremy's show at 54 Below?
No, I didn't. I do a show with him, but I've not seen why. Did he? We always do this together, but you've never done that riff.
Probably because like I'm singing like 13 other songs. So I'm like, save it. Usually I do out of control.
He just finished this.
Out of
It was
control.
unbelievable.
Something like that. I don't know. I usually
Those are always amazing, and there's so much stuff online. Laura, you've got to come back and sing too. So by the way, here's my question, Laura. When you guys did Bonnie and Clyde together, and there was that nude scene, did you ever see a certain junk apparatus? Go.
Oh my God.
Is this a question from fans or is this a personal question, Seth?
Who do you think that's coming from?
Okay, and we've told the story before. Jeremy's actually, I have to be honest, Jeremy, we were both like, but Jeremy was so classy about it. So there was a scene, Jer had to be naked in a bathtub, and
Yes,
we were both in rehearsal going like, what's gonna happen here? And I don't know if it was you, Jer, who came up with the idea, or we talked to, director Jeff Calhoun, and there was a bubble blanket, and I actually had a quick change into the bathtub scene. So
Right.
I would run off and change as Jeremy got naked.
It was literally like a piece of like
Bubble wrap.
sheer cloth with bubble wrap on it and sparkles, and that was supposed to be bubbles. And it would attach to the side of the tub, and I pulled it over me boom, and then we would get in the tub.
And then I would as I was finishing up my quick change, we'd get like a thumbs up, Jeremy's set, and then I would get in the tub. And I gotta be honest, I never saw a thing.
Hey,
about it.
So when you did it with Stark, did you?
No, because I was not in the bathtub scene. He
Ah.
was in the bathtub alone, and I was at my vanity. It was like two different things.
Fair.
But
Yeah,
he
when
got
we
naked.
got to rehearsal, nobody had told me that I was supposed to be naked in the show. When we got to rehearsal, and we were like looking around the room at all the props, and Jeff, our director, was like, "And there's the bathtub. Don't worry, you'll only be naked for a second, and we're only going to see your ass." I was like,
You're like, excuse me?
nobody told me that there was a nudity clause.
Yeah, they should have discussed that. But yeah, I wasn't in. They changed it so that Bonnie was in the bathtub scene with you. That wasn't. the same out of town.
Someone's a very important question. Aren't these live streams the best ever? Yes, is the answer.
Aw, yay!
Charlotte, that's a cute pic, Charlotte.
It is.
Hey, Liz Rowena,
Backdrop.
we have a question for Liz. Hold on. Wait. Liz, is Jeremy a good kisser, Liz?
Liz. Oh, that's me. I'm Liz.
That's funny.
The answer is yes.
Hey!
Now I'm blushing. Go away. Just kidding.
Oh,
Oh
wait.
no.
Not since Seymour. Okay, so hold on. Wait.
Goodness.
Well, yes, what am I
I
looking
know
at?
there's so many newsies.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
We can't even.
Here, you were
Didn't
supposed
you like it better when you asked all the questions, Seth?
I do, but I don't mind controlling the questions. Any Newsies stories, Jeremy? Newsies is my favorite musical. It's my first I ever performed, and I'm now training in Papermill Playhouse, and I started concert in New Jersey. It made me cry. So any Newsies stories, Jer?
Any newsy stories? Lots of newsy stories. I mean, gosh, what do I even talk about?
So talk about your childhood.
Right. Well, you know, I grew up on the movie Newsies. It came out when I was like, I don't know, like 7 or 8. And so it was like my siren song as a young kid who like wanted to sing and dance from Texas where it wasn't cool, but you know, you got to see this movie where everybody was doing it and it was, you know, it was fun and exciting and acceptable. And it sort of inspired me a lot as a little kid. And then when it came forward, it just sort of happened supernaturally. Like it just felt like one of those things that I just knew I was gonna. Well, one of the funny things is that when I was a kid, I'm from Texas, as I mentioned, but you know how kids all have like actor voices? Like when they're on stage, they're like, and this is how we talk when we're acting. Well, mine was always like a New York accent.
Oh.
I've never had been to New York or out of Texas for that matter, but some reason, like when I got on stage as a little kid, I was like, yeah, this is how we talk on stage. Yeah.
It was on Newsies because you thought all acting was Newsies?
Apparently. It took me until like well into my adulthood to discover that was probably the case. But it wasn't until I started doing Newsies, I was like, why is this accent like so natural to me? Oh, because I've been doing it my entire life.
That is... Okay, so wait, we have to talk about Justin Squiggs.
Yeah, so Jeremy and Laura, hang on for a
Well,
second.
I'm going to
if
first
you don't
show
mind.
them.
Oh, okay.
to.
You know, no, but you know about the stars of
The Lights of Broadway.
Lights of Broadway show cards, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think this is
Oh my gosh.
This is
Laura
amazing.
Osnes.
Oh my
I
God.
have real life in real life, but yes, she's
And then we
beautiful.
have the fabulous Jeremy Jordan. Look at that.
Where? Look at that jawline.
So I'm going to bring Dr. LaPook on for a second. So Dr. LaPook, I'm going to bring you on. So Laura and Jeremy, please out for a
That's
second.
right. Thank you.
So Dr. LaPook, we're
Yeah.
talking about these amazing Lights of Broadway show cards. And we were just showing that there's a Laura Osnes one, and there's one for Jeremy. There's one for
Stokes.
chairman of the board, Stokes. These are the amazing show cards. There's one for, of course, Judith Light. One for Kristin Chenoweth. Well,
And you know the new one that Squiggs just did, that all the money raised goes to the Actors Fund. We talked about that the other day.
and it's this, which, by the way, if you just buy it, it's only $10, and the money goes to the Actors Fund. It's the Lights of Broadway show cards. Everyone trades them. They're so amazing. So we just began this show a week ago, and he just debuted a brand new card. I would like you to see, Dr. LaPook, if you wouldn't mind. This is Stars in the House.
Isn't that amazing?
So cool.
There you are, Doctor. Have you ever had a caricature before? Look at that.
I think like at some fair when I was 12 years old.
Dr. LaPook, we made our Broadway debut of sorts. Isn't that amazing?
That's cool. That's very cool. Kind of like Jay Leno-ish jaw there. That's
You look very handsome there.
You look amazing. Look at
that's
Julie.
amazing.
Julie's in full makeup in the background with spit curls.
We have some of our dogs.
And
Oh my God, that's one. Oh, there's Ash.
Ash, exactly.
Oh my gosh,
Isn't that incredible?
that's amazing. Thank you so much.
We just want you to know that. So
You gotta send me the JPEG.
oh, are you kidding me? Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're
Make
going
a
to
little, like, I don't know, 20 by 25 foot poster, or maybe a side
no,
of my.
we cannot believe it. Julie's freaking out too. Okay, we're going to bring you back to say goodbye.
We
So
just had to show you,
Yeah,
Dr.
that's-
LaPook.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
so come back. Okay, so I'm going to bring back our two clowns.
Isn't that amazing, Jeremy and Laura?
I know.
That's amazing.
I
That's
wouldn't quite tell if I was in that picture, but
I know. I was like, oh, I haven't done it yet. I'm not on it.
I think he's going to. I don't want to put him on the spot, but he said this is only the first week, which was a hint that maybe next week will be Jeremy in it, and then when you're on, Laura, as the main guest, you'll be it. So
How special, guys. This is pretty incredible.
Liz, you're so nice. So listen,
I'm never calling you Liz. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't fit, I don't think.
Listen, I want to put you guys on the spot. Do you have anything, by the way, and you can think about it, that you want to add for our auction for the Actress Fund? You know, like Joanna Gleason has that staff, Audrey McDonald, the baby from Ragtime. Anything in your house, think about that you want to donate that's like a prop or something fun. And what's that?
I don't have a lot, but I was thinking about it, and I think I do have some stuff from Newsies. How about we choose? Well, okay, we could choose one of these 3 items because I don't want to like part with all of them.
No, you don't. Of course not.
Okay, I have my boots that I wore for the movie that we taped.
Whoa.
I have my hat that I had, the Newsies cap, and then I have the letter from Crutchy that he writes to me.
Oh my God!
Okay, like those 3 things.
Let's get some emails. So you guys, you have 3 options. Email right there and say which one you're the most obsessed with and how much you're willing to fork over for it.
Yeah, whichever one is going to be like give you the most money, and
Okay.
I'll give it away.
Okay, I love it.
That's amazing.
And hey, Jeremy, so do you have those items at home?
Yeah, I do.
Can you take a picture of yourself with each one, and then you'll email it to us, and then the one that ends up going on sale, we'll put it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I know where all of them are.
Okay.
No, I think I know where everything is.
Okay, so we're gonna advertise. We'll advertise tonight in a moment.
Absolutely.
So Jeremy, why don't you sing to me, James, and Liz, and I'm gonna take.
Stop calling her Liz.
Everyone's obsessed.
You guys keep touching my face, and I know you're not supposed to touch your face.
So hard. Well, you know,
If you've washed your hands, you're fine. Although your dog is. No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
Your dog is.
He's offering $10. So.
Yes. Thank you.
Jeremy could literally give a sock he bought last week, and people would pay. I don't even know what number that is good.
All right.
Well, what if I had the bubble blanket? What if you signed the bubble blanket from the bathtub? How much?
That was over.
Oh God, no!
I don't have it, guys. I don't have it.
Okay, so Jeremy, are you gonna?
Well, you know what? While both of you are on,
donations?
listen to this. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying, for the even $1. It's all amazing.
It really doesn't make it. Please just donate $1. Don't feel guilty. It really makes a difference. So just whatever the amounts are, that's what we love.
But I'm gonna read these because they're pretty amazing. So this is the next batch since you've been on, Jeremy.
Since you've been on.
And Laura. I'll call her Laura. Susie
I
from
didn't
California.
What am I?
Susie from California, $100. Trudy from New York, $100.
Wow.
Elizabeth from Maryland gave $70. Jung Hyun from California, $26.
Jung Hyun.
Thank you for correcting me. Sharon from New York, $100. Cindy from New Jersey, $25. Lydia from New York, $50. Wow. Kevin from North Carolina gave $100. Betty Lee from New York, $250. And listen to this. Carol from Pennsylvania, $1,000.
Oh my gosh.
All for your Actors Fund, because you guys.
Thank you, everyone.
You guys, thank you for your generosity. That's incredible.
It's amazing. Keep giving, and do all you can for your local communities as well. This one little part of humanity that needs help right now, and so thank you.
One of the cool things, Jeremy and Laura, has been that people have been emailing in and saying they've donated to the Actors Fund as well as their local performing arts organization, whether it's a local theater or whatever. And that's been really cool to read those, that they know to support the Actors Fund helps artists all over the country and people behind the scenes, but as well as their local.
I think if you have the money to donate, then as much as you can spread around what you have to give, the better.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and just one of the things I heard about the Actors Fund, which I mentioned the other day, is there's a retirement home and really a assisted living facility, and nurses have to be there because they're not allowed out. They're not allowed to travel right now because of coronavirus. The patients can't leave, but all the kids are out of school in New Jersey, so the Actors Fund is paying for all the childcare of the nurses at their retirement community and at their assisted living facility. So the money is just going to so many places that you didn't even know.
Awesome.
All right, so Jeremy, you're gonna serenade me, James, and Ms. Rowena. So I'm gonna get rid of everybody.
Okay, here we go. Let's do it.
Okay.
I think you know this old one, this goodie. Play. There it is. They say folks is dying to get here. Me, I'm dying to get away to a little town out west that's spanking new. And while I ain't never been there, I can see it clear as day. If you want, I bet you could see it too. Close your eyes, come with me, where it's clean and green and pretty. And they went and made a city out of clay. Why, the minute that you get there, folks will walk right up and say, welcome home, son, welcome home to Santa Fe. Planting crops, splitting rails, swapping tales around the fire. Oh, except for Sunday when you lie around all day. Soon your friends are more like family, and they's begging you to stay. Ain't that neat? Living sweet in Santa Fe. Where does it say you gotta live and die here? Where does it say a guy can't catch a break? Why should you only take what you're given? Why should you spend your whole life living trapped where there ain't no future? Even at 17, oh, and breaking your back for someone else's sake. If the life don't seem to suit ya, how about a change of scene? Far from the lousy headlines and the deadlines in between. Santa Fe, my old friend, I can't spend my whole life dreaming, though I know that's all I seem inclined to do. I ain't getting any younger, and I want to start brand new. I need space and fresh air. Let them laugh in my face. I don't care. Save my place. I'll be there. Just be real is all I'm asking. Not some painting in my head. 'Cause I'm dead if I can't count on you today. I got nothing if I ain't got Santa Fe. Newsies!
Oh my God!
Great. Wow.
Oh, Jeremy, that was amazing.
Oh, thanks. I did the hat thing, everything, because I never get to do it.
Everyone wanted that hat off, as you
Oh
noticed.
my gosh.
Wow, you're such a star, man.
Well, that maybe
are
that will sell the most is the hat.
Yeah, maybe that hat's going to sell the most. We'll find out.
Let's make an executive decision, Jeremy. Let's just make it easy on everyone. Let's do the hat.
All right, we'll do the hat.
We'll
Great.
do
So
the
the
hat.
Newsies hat is being auctioned off. Take a picture of yourself with the hat, please.
Hey, so you know what? With that amazing, all the donations are amazing. To that $1,000, it reminded me. Seth, I haven't even brought it up to you. I don't think that we want to do a challenge here to people that are watching to do a matching donation. So Mark Shaman, I don't know if we gave him the credit that we should have last week, because he actually, during his segment, the 30 minutes before and the 30 minutes after the show, he matched it, and it was nearly $10,000 that was raised just during his section.
Wow.
We matched it. And we have someone else coming up pretty soon who's going to be doing, I think, tomorrow.
So we have a
doing the same
viewer
thing.
watching. We have a viewer watching that's connected to a corporation or
Or themselves, or a friend.
if you match, we'll definitely give you 2 amazing house seats for any Broadway show once Broadway comes back. So if you'll match the donation we make per show, if you have a particular star coming up you're obsessed with,
That's right.
match it, and then we'll give you 2 house seats to whatever, literally any Broadway show you want.
Or off-Broadway show.
Absolutely.
Or
Yeah.
and that will include a meet and greet with Jeremy from 6 Feet Apart.
Plexiglass. I love you, but
From 6 feet
That's
under.
right.
You'll have the bubble wrap between you from Bonnie and Clyde just to pretend. Whatever you want to, if you want to match, so just email us. I'm going to give you, email, right?
Or you can just go right to starsinthehouse.com. So
Yeah,
then people
either
can
one.
email. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. LePoog. Thank you.
Nice to meet you guys virtually anyway. This is Ed.
thank you.
Here, we always end with your dogs,
Yeah.
like Ash.
And with the shot of our beautiful
Laura,
dog.
what's your dog's name?
This is Lila.
Oh, my dog.
Oh, Lila, Ash. Maybe we make.
Oh, where's Riley?
Sarah,
doesn't
we
like
could
being
have
in
told
the
you. Do you have a dog?
I do. Her name is Riley, but she doesn't like the basement.
Oh, okay.
Look at
Why am I in the basement? It's beautiful outside.
It is beautiful out today. I took Lila for a little walk by the lake this morning. It was lovely. You
God,
guys, this is so special what you're doing, Seth. And like everyone just got a living room concert of like Jeremy Jordan singing at them, like right to them, like into their eyes.
I was like, hey guys.
I know. It's like it's so special. What a
Laura,
cool
you're next.
Thank you
And
for
last mention, all the young
Laura,
people,
when are you doing it?
all the young people
soon.
don't have heads.
I was supposed to do the first week and then ended up having a conflict. So I don't know. We'll find it. Do you want to come back, Claire? You don't have to come back for me. It's okay.
What am I doing? I have literally nothing to do. That's not.
I think none of us have much to do.
I have a daughter. I have a young daughter to raise.
That's
I'm doing a
very
very
important.
problem at the moment.
Guys,
She's sleeping.
Take it offline. Tonight is Raul Esparza at 8 o'clock, beginning with special guest star Annette Bening. So tune in
That's
8
right.
p.m. tonight Eastern. Okay, everyone, thank you for watching. I'm ending the broadcast.
Bye.
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 Bye. And now